All right, Shalom Israel. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praises, honor, glory, respect, and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha, Quadash. Salutations to the Lord's elect on the four corners of the earth, pushing His truth and sincerity while patiently waiting for Yahweh Shai's return. And double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, which have taught us everything we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Elite's cock pumping human, you see it, in water supply to fuel satanic AI data centers. Okay. And more than likely, these are the people who are kidnapped, which leads to people coming up missing all around the world, where they are you don't hear from them no more. It's women, it's children. Okay. Men, teenagers, elderly, you name it. It says a damning investigation has blown the lid off the most depraved operation of our time. Gil Bates, okay, Berg Zucker Mark, and the rest of the so-called elite are pumping the of humans, especially children, straight into the water supply, not as waste, as fuel, right? Because like it tells you in the book of Habakkuk, okay, let's get that real quick. Okay, 2 verse 5, Habakkuk 2 and 5. Fix the point over here. It's a lot. Okay. Okay, this is Habakkuk 2 verse 5 in the NLT. Wealth is treacherous, okay, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouths as wide as the grave, and like death, they are never satisfied. In their greed, they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many people. And these elites, they don't care about life. They don't care about people. Okay. All they care about is their damn selves. And let's read this in the KJV, because this hits harder. Habakkuk 2 verse 5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Okay, and that wine is a dark saying, or a metaphor for the New World Order. Okay, Salakia, their wine is a metaphor or a dark saying for their democracy. Okay, and their democracy goes in or taps into homosexuality, murder, lies, deceit, treachery. Okay, pedo, idolatry, adultery, which ultimately derives from the Aleister Crowley doctrine, which is a do as thou wilt, right? So it says, neither keepeth at home, for enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So these are a bunch of evil people, man. Okay? They can care less if your children come up missing, if your parents come up missing, cousins, nephews, you name it, man. These people are evil and they have no regard for life. Okay, and you see, because these devils, they you see these devils, they study the um the human body, and they know that the human body is a conductor of energy. So I mean, like, even after the spirit leaves the body, there's still some form of energy in the body, which is why a lot of people at morgues, when they're doing an autopsy, they'll often experience the dead body that they're doing the autopsy on moving or jittering. Okay? So it says your tap water wasn't just H2O anymore. It's loaded with proteins, peptides, and complex organic precursors that ravenous AI data centers crave. These machines do not run on electricity alone. They need blood. They need life. Okay. The data centers are drinking the dead so the next God tier models can be born. And you they tell you things like this when you watch particular cartoons, man. You watch particular anime or cartoons, they show you how behind the scenes in secret they are trying to create a god, you know a artificial intelligent god. Okay, this isn't a glitch in the system. This is the system. It ties straight into the occult rituals the elites have practiced for decades. Blood magic rebranded as progress, which is also part of the Alan Crowley doctrine. They can't hide it anymore. Ask yourself why so many states just made it legal to dump human remains into the municipal water supply. And people are supposed to be buried in the earth, not in water. The Matrix wasn't science fiction. It was predictive programming telling you exactly what they planned: harvest humanity to build the machines that will replace us. Okay? And ultimately, we read about that in the book of Matthew. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24, verse 22 real quick. Okay? It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. So the Heavenly Father is shortening the days because these people, these Edomites, are a bunch of madmen. Okay? They're a bunch of madmen. Okay? A bunch of madmen who don't care about life at all. It's nothing to them to throw human remains into a water supply just for them to get what they want. Because this is how these Edomites operate. Okay? They're popping up across the countryside like mushrooms after rain. Massive, widowless fortress sucking down rivers of electricity, guzzling water by the millions of gallons, and tormenting nearby residents with constant demonic roars, a demonic roar that never stops. Locals are just told it's just a cloud. The truth is far darker. These data centers aren't just surveilling you, though they are doing plenty of that. They are being built at breakneck speed to usher in something far more dangerous: artificial general intelligence powerful enough to replace billions of human workers, thinkers, and citizens. Okay, the so-called elites don't want a future with 7 or 8 billion free people. They want a small servant class in a planet run by cold, hyper-intelligent silicon gods they believe they can control. Okay, and in their rush to play creator, they've grown sloppy. Excuse me. I had to get that out of my system. Okay, let's come over here. Let's go to the book of Job, because the Heavenly Father is not going to allow Esau to succeed with his New World Order. Okay, when the heavens and the earth was created by Yahweh Shai and his elect men, it was created to be a paradise, not a complete hell like we see now. Okay, Job chapter 20, verse 5. No, let's start at verse 4. One moment. Okay, this is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Okay, and these Edomites are a bunch of hypocrites, because here it is, they're locking up grown-ass men for raping women. Meanwhile, their whole entire government is filled with pedophiles. You know, they're locking people up for stealing, but they're over here stealing countries and lands from other nations. You know, they're locking people up for murder. Meanwhile, they're over here bombing and destroying, you know, cities over there in those third world countries. Though His Excellency mount up to the heavens, okay, though His Excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. Okay, they which have seen him shall say, where is he? He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. He shall be chased away as a vision of the night. And this is going to happen after these devils, these Edomites, serve their 1,000 years of slavery in the kingdom of heaven. You know, we got to keep reminding these Edomites that their rulership is not going to last forever. And when the Messiah of the Holy Scriptures, whose name is Yahweh Shai, returns, he's going to come back to wage war against them, to take them out of power, and ultimately to enslave them. Okay, which is according to the book of Psalms, the 149th chapter. Okay, the eye which seen him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. Okay, let's skip down to verse 22. Job 20 verse 22. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. When you go into this word wicked, it's talking about the laborers. Okay. Okay. It says when he is about to fill his belly. What does it mean by when he is about to fill his belly? When these Edomites, these so-called elites who call themselves Rothschilds and Rockefellers and all of their lower luminaries, when they're about to fulfill their new world order, this is what it means by when he is about to fill his belly. When they are about to fulfill the new world order, when they think that they're about to eat good, okay, God, the Heavenly Father, okay, shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. And that's going to happen through the nuclear destruction, which is going to take place during World War III. Because during World War III, okay, there's going to be a war where during World War III, it's going to escalate into a nuclear war. Okay. And while the nuclear war is being active, okay, Yahweh, who's going to be accompanied by Michael the Archangel, as well as the innumerable angels of heaven, who will be returning in what the world calls UFOs. They are going to make their grand return. They are going to be present. And while the nuclear destruction is going on, okay, while the nuclear destruction is going on, okay, the Heavenly Father's elect of the nation of Israel, the 1/3, okay, is going to be getting beamed up into those so-called UFOs. So this country is going to be laid waste, and the Messiah is going to be present, okay? And after some time, we don't know how long it's going to take, but the elect of the nation of Israel is going to come back down from Yahweh's chariot as New Jerusalem, and they're going to go around putting you heathen nations in chains and shackles. Okay, which is really going to start with these so-called elites among the Edomites, which is the self-proclaimed white man. Okay, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers trickling down to the rest of their nation of people. Okay, y'all want to go around and blow up whole countries, and okay, your ass is gonna be sitting, y'all asses are gonna be in chains and shackles where you belong. With that, I'm gonna say shalom. It's on to the next one.